woman's screams echoed through the house. They joined the cacophony of screams that could be heard around the city. The Inquisition had arrived, hunting like a lion. Non-believers had to be found. Yet another scream could be heard, different from the others, younger, much younger. Susanna had done it. She'd borne her second son. The Inquisitor had arrived and wanted to see it. See her, whose home was so far away and whose heart was so heavy. Susanna knew he had been searching for her for months, and without her sacrifice, he would even take her children. Her companion understood. Tabit loved her. She could trust him with her children. The door burst open. There he was, the Inquisitor. She knew Gonzalo only too well, and she feared him. Susanna knew what he wanted. The key. He was looking for the others, too. She knew that. But she would never give them up. Yet another scream echoed through the city.
Test Flight 19. The safety net is secure. The weather is on our side, even if it is a bit too windy. The invention is ready up on the hill.
You are testing my patience, Morales.
We'll be underway in no time, Senor Conde. I'll speak briefly to Conde and my brother. Then we'll begin our test flight. El Conde, our esteemed count and only client, a miser on whose money and benevolence we are reliant. Senor Conde?
What?
Everything is ready for our first test flight.
I hope it's clear that it is the flight, not the test, that I'm paying for.
Absolutely clear.
And that your sacrilegious inventions could land you before the court of the Inquisition.
We know that.
Then perhaps you also know that the Count of Florence has increased his wager and has employed a certain Da Vinci.
Da Vinci. Perhaps you mean the Da Vinci who's better known for body snatching for what he calls anatomical studies than for craftsmanship in building flying machines.
The very one. And I hope that you are soon more well known for your practical successes than your impractical theories.
I hope so too, Conde. I assure you that you've backed the right horse with us.
If it's a flying horse, yes. Otherwise, you'll spend the rest of your lives trotting around on a Spanish donkey.
We'll do it.
I expect nothing less.
We drove our invention onto the meadow with the cart. I only hope that no one saw us doing it. We need the covers to hide our flying machine from prying eyes. There are soldiers of the Inquisition in the city, and we have to be careful. We could really displease the church with our test flights. That's a sacrificial stone in honor of the Blessed Virgin Mary. If you don't cross yourself here and are caught, you might end up nailed to the cross yourself. According to my calculations, Ramon ought to touch down again here. The net is just in case. A net, just in case the flying machine flies further than expected. The cliff makes the wind here particularly favorable. In theory, this is the perfect place for our experiment, but from a practical point of view, it's extremely dangerous. But in an emergency, the net will withstand a lot. My brother Ramon. I hope he didn't eat too much for breakfast. Ramon?
Yes, Theodore?
Today we are going to crack it, Ramon. Today we take off. This is our day.
It'll be fine. I have my talisman with me.
Everything's perfect. The hill is steep enough and the wind is blowing favorably.
Anything that doesn't end like last time is a success. The grazes have only just healed.
We can swap if you like, but then you'll have to explain the technology behind it to the Count.
And you'll have to overcome your vertigo.
I'm not scared of heights. It's just a kind of nausea
That you get when the air is thin. It's fine. The stars are aligned well. That's the main thing.
I went through all the calculations again last night. There's nothing that can go wrong. In theory.
Then let's get going. The Count is waiting.
If Ramon gets a running start, he should stay in the air for 4 or 5 cubits. That should be enough to convince the Count to give us another advance. You can start when ready.
Oh.
Oh! Ramon! Ramon?
I'm alive!
A disaster. You two are nothing more than charlatans.
But the invention flew.
Invention? This terrible contraption is only suited as fuel for your funeral pyre.
Please, esteemed Conde, I have many more ideas on how to improve the machine. Think of the money you've already invested.
I'll give you one more week. And if I lose my wager thanks to your incompetence, then I'll make sure that the court of the Inquisition shows interest in your heretical experiments.
Ramon's guardian angel deserves a medal. The most perilous precipice in all of Catalonia. Ramon, hold on tight. I'll soon have you out of there.
Good! I thought you were going to just leave me hanging on.
Dear brother, what luck! I feared the worst.
Not this time. I'd love to get my feet back on solid ground now.
Yes, of course. I'll get you up here straight away. Just a minute. Hold on!
Yes, hurry up!
The net was supposed to catch the flying machine before it reached the cliffs. You learn something new every day. The tree looks deep-rooted. The flying machine isn't important right now. I have to help Ramon. We need the covers to hide our flying machine from prying eyes. There are soldiers of the Inquisition in the city, and we have to be careful. We could really displease the church with our test flights. That path leads down to Barcelona. Our workshop car. I could take the side pieces off and use them as a ladder, but they are very short. Let's see what I can do with these. Those are 2 rails from the sides of the workshop cart. Exactly 7 rungs. Ramon would say that's better than 13, but fortunately I'm not superstitious. These pieces are simply much too short, and it's impossible to lower them down the cliff. Our tools. Somewhere around here should be... Ah, yes, there's a knife there too. Should be useful. I'll take it. We need the cover. We could really I don't need the whole net. The rails are much too long. Here, Ramon, a rope ladder.
Well done, Fyodor. Can you tie it up somewhere?
That should hold.
Thank you, brother. You saved me.
I'm sorry. I miscalculated the launch angle. There's something not quite right with the whole construction.
No real harm done. Good that I had my talisman with me.
You really are one of a kind, dear brother. Come, now we have to salvage the flying machine.
I think you'll have to do that on your own. My leg won't hold up.
Oh, is it painful?
Only when I put weight on it. I have to lie down.
Yes, relax. I'll do this. Good that this tree was here. Ramon could have glided straight into the sea. Too short.